What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with a new review, and that is for a new show called Grown&Gospel that is on wetv, y'all. So, I have no idea why I decided to go ahead and take a peek at this show, but let's just go ahead and get into it. First things first, I did not expect for me to know of some of these people's parents. I thought it was just going to be like some up and coming wannabe singers who try to do gospel music or something. I did not realize that everybody had a connection to some pretty big, famous, known gospel singers. Like, we have a daughter of a Clark sister, we have a daughter of Fred Hammond, another person who I think their parents was in the group Commission. I was like, oh, wait, these is actually like some heavy hitters' kids. Let me get into this mess. All right, so the first person that we meet is Elijah. He is a PK, and first off, why do we have him in this bubble bath over here singing his shoulda, coulda, wouldas? And I'm just like, sir, this ain't it. But I feel like you're going to be the attention seeker of the entire show. I really do. He ends up letting us know that we are familiar with his face because he's the guy who is the meme. We have all seen that meme of the guy doing the stare down with Diddy. And it is him. I said, oh, so I see it. You finally getting the fame that you've been looking for. Now, this man says that he is over the church and he is out here trying to get this bag because he's not trying to sing gospel, y'all. He's trying to sing R&B. Here's my thing. But does R&B want you? Is the question. I'm just throwing this out here. You may want R&B, but does R&B want you? Let's go ahead and move on along, y'all. We get to see the queen, Dorinda Clark Cole. She's in her home, and next thing you know, her daughter is there. This is when we meet Nikki, right? Here's my thing. Nikki came down the stairs and told us that, I'm staying with my mom since my hubby been gone, but, the kids need stability. Girl, where is your husband at? Because she said hubby been gone as if the man died. I'm like, wait a second. Did he die or what's going on? Oh, he ain't dead. So we actually learned that she is the Clark sisters' manager. And I was like, you know what? I can actually appreciate her in this role. Here's why I'm saying this. Far too many times we have seen people who are related to celebrities who are, big names. They want to follow in their footsteps, and a lot of them, they don't have the talent, or it's not cut out for them. But to see her in a management role, I actually like that because it's still involved in the music industry, but it's to the capacity of what she can probably handle, especially considering she is a mom. Now, the only thing I want to see is where Kiki at? Y'all, where her cousin? I love me some Kiara Sheard. But let's go ahead and jump back into this storyline. So Nikki is about to turn 40 years old, and according to her in her past, she was wilding out. I mean, was she really wilding out, or was she just trying to figure out who she was as a person? Like, sometimes I feel like we use terms like, oh my God, this person was really doing so much extra stuff. It's like, no, she was going out, probably drinking, hanging out with her friends. Like, that's what people do when they in their 20s. Like, they're trying to figure out who they are and who they want to become. Now that she is older, she has appreciated those experiences because they made her who she is today. And on top of that, she really appreciates her mom because her mom never gave up on her. And I've actually appreciated her in that moment because even though Nikki was probably out here doing things that her mom didn't like, as she got older, she realized probably where her mom was coming from. She got her head on straight. She is clearly successful in what she's doing now. And her mom have an amazing relationship. And I love that for them. Now, y'all, why do we see Dorinda get a phone call from Nikki's husband? And he knows that his wife misses him and how he won't be there for her 40th birthday. So he's going to go ahead and send the mom some money so that way she can throw Nikki a little party, right? Cool, that's cute. But I'm just like, sir, are you in jail? What is happening? Why are you away? But let's go ahead and move on. So the next person that we meet is Brienne, and she's actually the daughter of Fred Hammond. And she is just now moving back to Detroit. And baby girl sleeping on an air mattress, y'all, so you know it's real. So her mom and her brother end up coming over, and she tells them about how, she's basically starting over. There's more of a music scene in Detroit. So she feels like there's a little bit more opportunity than where she was before. She was somewhere in Nebraska, y'all. Yeah, girl, you right. You ain't gonna be finding producers and studios in Nebraska. When it comes to her husband though, I guess he just trying to let her do her thing at the moment and see where that goes. Because according to her, he would rather her just be barefoot and pregnant. And I'm just like, girl, you knew you was a free spirit. Why you marry him? Nonetheless, let's get into her family dynamic because her and her mom have always been close. And her mom and dad actually got a divorce when she said she was 16 years old or whatever. She has watched her mom have to pick up the pieces, work a little, pharmacy job that wasn't really making no money because I'm pretty sure she was probably a stay-at-home mom all those years when he was out on the road and do whatever he had to do at the gospel conventions and all that. You know how the gospel world is. And then we saw the brother. He chimed in and was like, yeah, because, we've talked before about how if anything were to happen to dad, do we actually like the last conversation that we've had or that we had with him? And come to find out, y'all, it seemed like Fred ain't the best daddy. It seemed like Fred is not doing the work to actually be in his kid's life, regardless of them being grown or not. And I absolutely felt her on that when she was like, people always tell me how I look just like my dad, but at the end of the day, he nowhere to be found because he out here doing his own thing. I said, ooh, that right there has got to hurt. But let's go ahead and move on. Now, y'all, one thing that I will say is shout out to Carlos King because he actually put Nikki's song on the show. Y'all know we've watched plenty of reality shows that everybody's supposed to be an artist and we ain't never seen their music. But shout out to Carlos. Nonetheless, baby girl is over here decorating her room with rose petals and this, that, another, trying to make it all sexy. And we get a call from an inmate and it's her husband, aka Fast Cash. I said, Fast Cash? What? What is that, sir? Y'all, so this man has already been putting in, 4 years of jail time? And I think he got 3 more to go because he got sentenced to 7 years. I don't know, they might let him out on good behavior. Nonetheless, I'm trying to figure out, Nikki, what he going to jail for if he got that kind of time? But back to the story at hand. Y'all, why was she describing her outfit, right? And how she ain't got nothing on underneath it. And then she goes on to say, because I live with my kids at my mama's house. So trying to have sexy time is a bit rough. Y'all, I said, I know she not gonna say I live with my kids at my mama house as if she wasn't gonna be living with them kids regardless. Sis, cut it out. All right, y'all. So let's jump on over to Elijah. He ends up going to the radio station so that way he can premiere his new single by the name of Appetite. And basically, the radio host is like, "So, what are you going to be doing? Gospel, R&B? Like, what type of music are you going to be making?" Now, according to Elijah, there's going to be something for everybody, but I just feel like I'm not sure about that because you can do R&B, but it's also the context of your R&B that many gospel listeners or like the gospel world probably won't be supporting. For example, your song Appetite seems quite sexual, so I'm not sure if the gospel people want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and move on. So we actually see that Bree is going to meet up with a childhood friend of hers by the name of Jay Brooks. Their parents were both in the same group together, and I believe he must be some type of producer. So he ends up telling her how, she has to write every day and to really put in the effort so that way she can make her dreams come true, pretty much. All right, now we actually see Jay Brooks decide to go meet with the other cast members. So he ends up seeing a woman by the name of Tasha Page Lockhart, and she's a singer as well. She was actually on the show Sunday's Best. Now, we actually learned that her mom was in a group called Witness. I'm not really too familiar with them, but maybe I need to do some research. So, of course, Nikki, she ends up showing up, and they have a conversation about Bree. So basically, Jay is telling them about how Bree is coming back to Detroit. She's going to need some help on her image, on music, on pretty much everything because she wants to do music without her dad's help. Now, here's the thing, y'all. Let's slide on over to this conversation between Nikki and her aunt or whatever. Because she takes the Clark sisters out to go shopping so they can get some of these outfits. Y'all know how the Clark sisters dress, but that ain't why we here. So she's telling them about how Fred Hammond's daughter, Bree, she is back in town. She wants to do music. She even mentions how, her and her dad don't have the greatest relationship. Now, again, the Clark sisters know Fred Hammond one way. They don't know him as a parent. So you have, I think it was her aunt talking about how, Nikki, you should go ahead and talk to her about how, when you and your mom weren't seeing eye to eye, and how, her dad probably just wants the best for her. This woman is almost 40 years old. That man seemed like he was MIA from them kids when he divorced his wife. And they have already had all types of issues. So I don't think this has anything to do with him wanting the best for his child at this point when this girl is grown. Like, I really wanted the aunt to understand that Nikki's story may not be Bree's story. Bree's story may be something totally different. And she's over talking about how they have this opportunity because all their parents have to do is make a phone call. Yeah, you're talking about as for their career. Bree seems like she wants her father to be around, period. Okay? It sounds like this man is MIA. He's not around. Like, she was over here telling Nikki, oh, because, you need to go ahead and let her know what she's doing wrong. Who says that Bree is the one who's in the wrong? Fred could very well be the person in the wrong, considering he's the big adult in this situation. He's the big grown adult. Y'all, let me just go ahead and move on. All right, so we got to get to this party, y'all. This man did a good job from jail. So you already know that it's Nikki's birthday. So everyone started to arrive. You have Jay and Tasha. They were talking about how, this man, he done put in 5 years and he had time to throw this nice party. And they were trying to figure out if Elijah was going to get there on time. Oh, Elijah got there on time. He came strolling in with some woman, and baby girl got on like this see-through mesh type outfit. I said, oh, baby, no. You didn't tell her what type of party this was. You didn't tell her this was like a good old Christian party. Like she was going to meet somebody's family. Maybe not yours, but somebody's family. Why you embarrass that girl like that? So we did see that, Nikki's family was there. Hey, Kiki. We did see her auntie Karen. You know what I'm saying? So Jay Brooks does say that he invited Bree to the party, and he just wants the friend group to be very welcoming to her. All right, y'all. So Bree walks in, right? Now, here's my thing. I thought her and Tasha was cool because Tasha was out here throwing shade, talking about how she looked real Salvation Army like. And then you had Elijah. He over here talking about how she looked a mess as well. It said that she walking around looking like she got low self-esteem. I said, sir, you got your nerve with your blonde hair that look like it's all ate up in the back. Get out of here. Like, I just feel like she came super comfortable. She probably didn't know exactly what the dress code was. So, she just came there to show face. Like, the judgment that she was giving, I said, now, it's so funny how all of them at the beginning of the show were talking about how they were judged so hard. But this girl just came to, meet up with these people, say hello to them, and they are over here dragging her. Church folk. Y'all, Nikki get there. They done put her husband on the microphone because he done called from jail, wishing her a happy birthday. I can't even lie. I was like, you know what, this is a pretty sweet moment. And considering he can't be there, the man did his thing. Now, y'all, talk about a showstopper. This man was able to get her a new ring. Now, when they first brought it out, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what is that? I could not figure out what was underneath the sheet. However, when she put that ring on, you could see that it was a new upgraded ring. I said, this man is doing all types of things from jail. Sir, how did you get up in there? Was it money laundering? Was it fraud? What is going on? So, Elijah is in his confessional throwing shade. So he's basically saying that the gospel world isn't going to say anything about Nikki's husband being in jail or why he's in jail. And that's because she's the daughter of a Clark sister. Now, y'all, you have Bree going around, she's hugging people, all this stuff. And again, the people are so shady, talking about how they call her cut and color. Um, you have people saying how she needs long hair. And it's like, okay, so now this woman isn't beautiful because she doesn't have a wig on or a weave. Like, there's nothing wrong with her wearing her natural hair. So, anyways, she does end up going to say hello to Dorinda or whatever. And Dorinda, first thing she did was ask about her dad. And the girl's like, yeah, I talked to him, whatever. I don't think that Bree has probably talked to her dad, but I feel like she's going to say that just to save face in front of all these gospel people, especially considering these people personally know who her father is. Y'all, let me tell you the scene that really pissed me off, though. Why in the world? First of all, I didn't know who this was, and it was Elijah. This man has now put a ski mask on. I said, now where'd you get that from? And he decided to put his hands on the top of Bree's head and was like, we gotta get this hair together. And she's like, I only let my man touch my hair. He's like, oh, I didn't know you even had a man. First of all, sir, that ain't none of your business. Secondly, why are you harassing this woman about her hair and her looks? Find something better to do with your time. And with that, y'all, that was the end of the episode. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Should we continue to watch? Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.